Hello, everybody. Thank you for those of you who are joining. We have a lot of fun stuff tonight. A new featured tank, uh, a new topic, and just hanging out and having a good time on a Wednesday night. Um, hope everybody is doing well. We'll check out the chat here. The Fail Master says ahoy. Um, HC Aqua asks what kind of fish is my thumbnail. My fish on the thumbnail is a rainbow darter. They're native to here in Ohio, so I thought it was really cool. They're awesome fish. Um, they get colorful. They actually have a personality. They literally turn their head and look around and just scurry along the bottom. So they're really cool fish to keep in as a bottom dweller. They get about 2 or 3 inches long. I've really enjoyed mine so far. Rainbow Darter. Now I want one. Yeah, dude. I recommend it, HC. Definitely. Cyclic King, how am I doing? Doing well. How are you doing? Welcome to the Fish Fam. I really enjoyed your first video. Um, if everyone hasn't checked out Cyclic King yet, go over check out his brand new channel. Welcome into the fish community. Hey, Angelo, how's it going, man? Hope all's doing well. Hey, Keith. Hey, D. Appreciate you stopping by. Angelo saying hello to everybody. Everybody's saying hello to Angelo. Hey, Jeff's Aquarium Holiday Hobby and Enjoyment. If I could spit it out. How you doing, Jeff? I'm glad everybody could make it tonight. So I have a new featured tank. We'll go over that here shortly. A brand new beginner to the hobby. His first tank ever. And he went with plants. And he just recently added fish to his first fish. So I'll actually have a video upload this Sunday on it. But we'll talk about it a little bit here tonight, and we'll spotlight it as the background. To those of you, I did receive some uh, other fish tank videos. I appreciate you guys sending those, and I'll keep those for a future live stream, and I'll definitely be giving you guys a shout out and using you as my background. And to those of you who haven't sent your video yet, send about a 1 minute or less video clip of your favorite tank, and send it to Raccoon Creek Aquatics at gmail.com, and I will use it as my backdrop. And let me know certain information such as what filtration you're using, your lighting, your substrate. If you have plants, what do you dose as far as fertilizers? What kind of fish you're keeping in there? What you feed your fish? How big the tank is? Things like that. Just general information that you might want to share about your tank. See if I can get caught up with the chat here. 53 Rob 93 Aquatics. How's it going, man? Appreciate you stopping in. Anything new with anybody? You guys have a good holiday, good Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays. Sit and relax, watch some football, eat some turkey, hang out with family. I finally give in to my wife about setting up Christmas uh, decorations. My rule is I don't like Christmas decorations until after Thanksgiving. Angel's fish tanks. Can you pick just one tank? It's kind of difficult, isn't it? I like all my tanks right now too, but I'm excited about the 125 because I've always kind of wanted to keep rainbow fish, and I think that's part of my stocking option. What that's going to be. Rob 93 says, "Good. How are you? I'm awesome, man. Had a great day. Got up a little early for my liking, but had a great day." Jeff, there's a little man in that tank. Yeah, yeah, there is. We'll cover that why and whatever here in a little bit. But it looks like almost like he's perched on my shoulder up here. Yeah, we'll cover that here in a little bit. He's got a YouTube channel of his own. It's pretty funny. After I do the specs of his tank and talk about his tank a little bit. If you guys want to go check his channel out, he's more of a comedy based channel. He likes to be goofy and funny, and he does a lot of cooking with no experience and does a lot of stuff and messes it up. So it's pretty funny to watch. But he's a brand new aquarist in our aquarium hobby, and he actually did a video about first starting up his tank. Um, and I helped him with that. So make sure you go check him out. Redneck Aquatics, how's it going? Hey George, just in the middle of the water change. I appreciate you stopping in. I got your video. I couldn't figure out you and EJ Brinegar. I couldn't figure out how to download your guys' videos, and I finally figured it out. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I finally got it. So, in a future live stream, you guys will definitely be next up. So you'll get your tanks that you sent on as a backdrop and get a nice little channel shout out. HG Aqua says laugh out loud. Jeff, you love it, man. I appreciate that. Mindy Gill says this is the best backdrop. Oh man, it's classic. He's swimming up out of the screen there. Hey Heather, I appreciate you stopping in. How have you been? Last time I checked your channel, it's been a while since you made a video. What's the deal with that? I'd like to see him post some updates. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started on our background here. Let me get her up. All right. So Jason's bringing us his first tank ever. It's a 15-gallon. It has earthworm castings as its bottom layer of substrate and just black inert aquarium gravel as its cap. Um, he has two pieces of Malaysian driftwood. He has a nice little rock as a decoration, and his stocking as far as aquarium plants. He has a Java fern in the back left corner of the screen. He has a Anubias barteri in the back right corner of the screen, and then he has a water sprite as far as his front stem plants, and then also sporadic throughout the back of the tank. Uh, his lighting, he went on a nice low budget lighting. I can't remember exactly what it is at this point, but it's one of those low budget deals on Amazon. Um, as far as stocking options, he just completed his stocking for this tank. Um, he has a mono shrimp, which right now you can see one of the mono shrimp on his driftwood, picking at the driftwood. He also has 6 panda cories. Is that right, Jason? Is it 6 or 7 panda cories? And then he also has some neon tetras, which I don't see the neons right now. Wonder where those neons are. And then you see the neon or the panda cory right there in the front by the rock. So, and then you have a Jason fish right here entering the screen. So, what do you guys think? Not too bad for a beginner. Really enjoyable tank. It's actually in the kitchen, a perfect little spot on his countertop against the wall that was like made for this tank. Perfect width, perfect area, nice little vantage point that you can see from anywhere in the kitchen as well as the living room. So, nice little tank. The background is just a little uh, piece of poster board, black poster board. So nice little cheap poster board piece that costs about 73 cents. So not too bad. All right. So that's Jason, the Fail Master. He has a brand new channel. I think he has like 4 videos. Real funny dude. So if you like to laugh, he does have one video on this fish tank and also 3 other videos on various topics that are really funny. So go check them out. All right, and we're back. Let's see if we made any changes in our chat here. We'll get caught up on the chat. Cyclic Clean Aquatics. Mark Shelley Aquatics. Howdy, everyone. Welcome, Mark. I appreciate you stopping in. How's it going, man? EJ Brinegar. I just checked my email and shared the video with you on my drive. I'm glad you got it sorted. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. It's completely my fault. I messed up there. I'll get you in a future live stream. Beautiful tank. And I got all your specs, so I'll be able to talk about it, and we can cover that tank here in a future live stream. But if you haven't seen EJ Brinegar's video or channel, he does a lot of um, live foods such as Daphnia, black worms. I've learned a lot watching his channel, and he does a great job on his videos. His tanks are super clean and clear water. Um, has a live bear breeding project going on, so make sure you go check him out. Let's see. Heather says, "Doing good. Hope you are well too. Vid updates coming soon. Good, Heather. I'm doing awesome. I can't wait to check out the new updates." Mr. D's Tanks and More says hi. Hey, Mr. D, how you doing? Hope all is well where you're at. HC Aqua says interesting. Earthworm castings, huh? Yeah. I actually use the same thing as underneath my substrate in my 125. So I've seen several channels use it online, including Aqua Pro. So I decided to give it a try myself, and Jason has it as an active substrate in this tank behind me. Wisteria. That was it. Sorry, Jeff. Um, yeah, water wisteria. Master says six pandas. Ricky Vargas says water wisteria. Yeah, slip of the brain. Yeah, it's definitely water wisteria. My bad, guys. Oh, panda cories. They look too stinking cute. All kind of cories are cute, aren't they? They're like the cutest, one of the cutest fish. I'll have to show my wife Mindy what the cories look like. I'll probably get a school of those in the 125 for bottom dwellers. Let's see. Heather says, "Great tank. I like the setup. Everything looks healthy." Yeah, Jason's doing a good job so far. I'm kind of wonder where those neons are. It's kind of weird that we can't find the neons. The Java Fern is fixing to have more. Should wait. It's hard to read this chat because it keeps moving on me. Earthworm castings. You may want to heavy root feeders like crypts, swords, plants in the tank. They're nutrients mainly from the water column. Nice looking tank. Yeah, Amazon sword would be a nice plant for the substrate he has. We did that with we chose water column feeders because they're nice beginner plants. All these plants are nice beginner plants. But we did the nutrient rich substrate with the intention that he could upgrade or add anything that he wanted in the future. So he's prepared to take on a heavy root feeder like a yeah Amazon sword or anything like that, or a crypt or anything like that. My wife has loads of composing worms. I should try castings in one of my tanks. HE Aqua, I would love to see that and see some of the results that you had with that, dude. I definitely try that out. Cycler King says I love Corys. So do I. It's just there's so many varieties of them. I don't know what I want to do as far as Corey selection in my 125. So we'll see what I land on. There's so many different varieties. I really like the orange lasers, the green lasers, some of those crazy fancy ones, or even just a plain salt and pepper, or the panda Cory, or the pygmy Corys. So many different types that I like. My water wisteria is making a comeback. I'm pleased with this plant. Yeah, EJ, Eric Brinegar, I really I really like water wisteria. What's great is it's a water column feeder, so it sucks out all that those nutrients and helps out compete algae. So that's part of the reason why I went with with this for a beginner tank, um, to help him win the battle with algae as a beginner. In this 1 minute video, neons refuse to come out from the plants. What are they, afraid of you? What's your method of fertilizing? Um, in general or uh in this tank? In this tank, Jason is using Jason, did I get you what's the fertilizer I got for you? I can't remember what I got you. It's just like a general basic Jason, help me out with that one. I can't remember what you have as far as a fertilizer, and he's dosing that once a week. In my tanks, it depends. Um, I'm using Flourish in my native tank for the plants I have in there. Those native plants. In my high tech tank, I had all the different elements: potassium, phosphorus, iron, and I dosed them individually, tailored to what I felt like the tank needed, with the CO2 injection and all that. Um, but I don't really EI dose or anything like that. Purple Gang, hey, welcome, man. Nice to see you here. How you doing tonight? How was your Thanksgiving? Cyclic King says stare by. Yeah, I like stare by quarries. Angelo says, "How's everyone doing? How is everyone tonight?" Purple Gang says, "Much love, Angelo's fish tanks." So if you're not familiar with Angelo's channel, go check him out and go check out his planted 125 with his rainbows. That's kind of part of my uh, part of my I guess I could say my idea behind my 125. I really like rainbows a lot, um, and I like Angelo's fish tank, so it's kind of my motivation to get some rainbows and try out some rainbows. I never kept rainbows before, so I'd like to keep a couple varieties of rainbows along with a couple angels, and we'll see what else I get. I'm thinking like a smaller schooling fish, like maybe rummy nose tetra, and some sort of cory at the bottom. So we'll see what I land on. Someone swimming in that tank, Jake. Angel. Yes, that's the fail master. His name's Jason Binger. He has a YouTube channel that's kind of comedy based. Very funny dude. He likes to kid around and have a good time. So when he submitted his tank video, he included himself swimming around and stuff. So funny dude. So go check him out when you have the time. Go show him some love and some support. He's a funny guy. I think he's a newer channel. He's got like 4 videos out. Purple Gang says, "Great. How was your Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving was awesome. Lots of food, a little bit of football. Watched a couple movies with my family. Just hung out. A great day." I told everyone earlier that that's my cutoff for my wife. That's when it's acceptable to start putting up Christmas stuff. So Black Friday after Thanksgiving is when we start putting Thanksgiving or Christmas stuff up. That is one sweet tank that Angelo has. I agree, Jeff. Part of my motivation to start a 125 rainbow tank. Purple Gang says Angelo's vids are great. Check him out. He's a great guy. He is an awesome guy. Awesome videos, awesome channel. He's getting close to 1,000 subscribers, I think. So make sure you go check him out. So my wife pops up and says, I'll put up Christmas when I want." Oh boy. So, um, we'll move on to uh my poll there that I asked. My question. My question was, let's see if I can get up and find it. Go to the community tab here. My question was, the holiday season is here. What is that one item at the top of your fish tank wish list this year? So your options were aquarium equipment, heaters, lighting, etc. At 48%, so that was number one on the list. Number two on the list was tickets to an aquarium convention, something like the aquatic experience or aquashella or something along those lines. And then number 3 on the list was a magazine, aquarium magazine subscription, followed by a gift card to my favorite fish store, and then other to let me know in the comments below. Um, so in the comments, uh, Ricky Vargas said he wanted a Fluval FX6 so bad, and those are those are pretty awesome filters. That's a pretty big wish list though for that. Lighting is always high in the list. Says Colin Barsby. Uh, for me, I see it's number one at 48% of the votes. For aquarium equipment. I'm kind of picky in particular on what I want for aquarium equipment. Does anybody else relate to that? Uh, my number one vote would have been to tickets to an aquarium convention, right? If it's going to be fish tank related for Christmas, because I've never been to anything like that, and the last 2 years I've watched so many YouTubers in our community posting videos about the aquatic experience. I want to go so bad and meet so many of the people that I watch. Go hang out with them, go check out some of the cool aquarium stuff, and just have a good time. So that would be number one on my list if I were to get a fish tank related Christmas gift. What's everyone else think? Let's see here. It was shortly after Halloween at my house as HC Aqua. HC Aqua. That's if Mindy had it her way, that's exactly what she would do. As soon as Halloween was over, November 1st, we'd be putting the Christmas stuff up. Purple Gang, Mama's watching. Yeah, better be careful here. I like your style at HC Aqua, says Mindy. Don't forget to Hulk smash the like button, y'all, says Purple Gang. I appreciate that, Purple Gang. Appreciate that you for shouting that out. Okay, yeah, I vote for FX2 or FX6 too, says HC Aqua. Yeah, I'd take an FX6 for Christmas. Mindy says hint taken. Oh man, that'd be so awesome if we took a trip to where's it? Is it New Jersey again next year, guys? For aquatic experience? Yeah, that'd be awesome if I got that for Christmas. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what I would want for Christmas as far as aquarium stuff. I'm kind of particular when it comes to the fish tank equipment and stuff like that. AC Aqua says, "Why didn't you go?" I don't know, just timing. We never planned it. We went on vacation uh, in August for our anniversary, and then we just never left home. We had a lot going on, um, but I've always wanted to go. We just didn't plan it right, right? So if you plan ahead, we should be able to go. But um, we'll see. Maybe next year. I said that last year too, though. Mark Shelley's Aquatics says, "I like good heaters. I could take some good heaters." So does the person in your life know what wattage to get for your tanks? Do they know what you would want as far as a heater, Mark? Mr. D's Tanks and More. I want gift cards so I can get what I know I need. That'd probably be second on my list. Mr. D, I number one would be something that I'd never done before, like a aquarium convention. Number two would probably be like you said, the gift card, so I can go either get fish or equipment or anything else from the fish store, my favorite fish store, that I know I need or want. You go, boy. Best live streamer on FishTube. Thanks, Cichlid Aquatic or Cichlid King Aquatics. But there's a lot of great live streamers on YouTube, so I can't say that. But thank you so much. Lisa's Aquatics. Hey, welcome. I appreciate you stopping in. How are you tonight? Just got my FX6. I didn't know it was this massive. Oh man, I have my FX4, and that thing's a beast. I can imagine. I bet the FX6 is a hoss. It's probably like a shop back looking thing. Mark Shelley, no. So, Cyclic King, I want the Sun HW3000 for Christmas. Hey, I hope you get that, Cyclic King. Sunsun products are really reliable and really good bang for your buck as far as aquarium equipment goes. I love my Sunsun canister filter. Um, so definitely good bang for your buck there. Heather says, I want a 180-gallon tank for Christmas. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Um, good luck with that, Heather. Do you think there's a good chance you'll get that for Christmas? Lisa's Aquatics. I'm doing good. Glad I caught your one of your streams. How are you doing? I'm doing awesome, Heather. Or Lisa, sorry. Read Heather's name above you. I'm doing awesome. Had a great day. Middle of the week, it's hump day, so it's all downhill from here, and we'll get to next weekend before you know it. Last weekend was a little bit rough. I'm a Michigan fan, so the Ohio State game didn't turn out the way we had hoped. So we're moving forward and looking forward to this weekend. Maybe go to the movies, check out a new movie. Haven't been there in a while. HC Aqua says, Heather, your fish room done? Angelo's Fish Tank says, I don't want to be a hater because I love Fluval, but I believe that FX6 is overpriced and overrated. Is it, Angelo? I know it's very expensive. I went with the FX4, so I'm really hoping I like that for my 125. Heather says, hubby is doing the flooring as we speak. Fish room is far from done, but making progress. And I remember when we were building this out here, I just could not wait. We could not get it done soon enough. But each step of the way was like a small victory. You feel the same way, Heather? Mark says, I'm perfectly happy with my sponge filters and maybe an HOB, hang on back filter. Heather says, no 180 for me for Christmas. We already have a 180, but another one. But I want another one because hubby is going to use the one you have. What's he using the 180 for, Heather? Jeff says he's never used a canister filter. What size tank do you think ought to use a canister instead of an HOB? I have a canister filter on my 37 gallon, which is like 30 inches long by 12 inches by about 22 inches tall. Um, and that's the smallest tank that I've ever used a canister on. But I'm super happy with my Sun that I'm using on it. Does anybody else? What's the smallest tank you've ever used a canister filter on? Anything smaller than that, I've pretty much used a hang on back filter. Mark says he's never used a canister filter in 30 plus years. 30 plus years in the hobby, man. That's impressive. That's awesome. Probably seen a lot of changes as far as technology of equipment and livestock options in the hobby in that amount of time. Have to run, Mr. Coon. Much love. I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out, Purple Gang. Have a good night, man. Cyclic King Aquatics. I don't know that the FX6 is overrated, but it's definitely overpriced. Yeah, I couldn't swallow the over 300 bucks for one filter. Lisa says she's never used a canister filter either. She used hang on backs and she loves them. I have a Fluval C4 and the Aqua Clears, and they have never done me wrong. I definitely don't complain about those either. I've done as large as 55 gallons with hang on backs, but I tend to I just my preference is canister filters. Because I find they're easy to maintain. A lot of people say different, but I think I do maintenance maybe every 3 4 weeks on them. Um, I'll rinse off the filter sponges and used old aquarium water, and that's about the only uh, The only maintenance I have to do is super easy. Especially the FX4 has a little filter, or a little spigot in the bottom of it that makes water changes super easy. So that's pretty cool. Just went a little bit blurry here. There we go. Angelo says he loves canister filters on larger tanks. He has three Sun Sun and a Fluval and an Eheim. I've never used Eheim. Really, the Eheim is a strong contender with the FX series, Angelo. I've never used them before. Maybe that's something I'll have to check out. Um, I've used Sun Sun and Fluval, never used Eheim. Oh, the 180 is going to be a cichlid tank. Good choice. That would be pretty awesome. Jeff was saying, okay, I was thinking maybe a 55 gallon would be a cutoff for an hang on back to canister. That's probably a pretty good guess there, Jeff. I agree with that, but I'm running a canister filter on my 37, just because I like canister filters. Cyclo King says, I use Sun Sun 302B on my 30-gallon tank. So you like Sun Suns too, Cyclo King? Jeff says he's got to go. See you later. Have a good night, Jeff. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Have a good rest of your week, man. HC Aqua says, I have a couple of canister filters. I hardly ever open them. Yeah, they're super low maintenance. I'm probably even do it more often than I need to, doing it like once a month or so. But I think they're easy to maintain. They're low maintenance. So yeah, I'm a big fan of canister filters. And I just keep catching out of the corner of my eye the fail master coming up in the fish tank. It cracks me up every time. Someone new joining us is probably gonna be like, "What the heck is that?" Brenniger says, "I bought a canister filter on sale with the intention of using it. Eventually, I never opened it, and now it's obsolete. I stick with hang on back filters. Whatever works for anybody, right? You have a pretty big tank, a 120. Do you have several hang on back filters on that 120? Brenniger, how often do you do your maintenance on those filters? Do you do those weekly or um, cyclically aquatics? Eheim just doesn't provide the gallons per hour for anything I do. That's why I like Fluval. I really think they're effective. I think Sun Sun is a great value for your money. Um, I really like this. I'm really impressed with the Sun Sun. The Sun Sun I have on my 37 gallon is the first canister filter that I've used for Sun Sun, and I'm really impressed. I highly recommend Sun Sun products. After this, Angelo says, I feel a lot of people are misinformed on canisters. The main selling point they go with is gallon per hour, which it shouldn't be. You should look how much the media can actually hold, and that's going to be a good filter. And what it's gonna filter. I agree, Angelo. The nice thing about canister filters also is they're so customizable as far as what you use for filtration. It gives you plenty of space for a lot of biological filter media, a lot of a lot of um, biological media, as well as space to put your Purigen. So I like to load it up with plenty of biological filtration as well as Purigen because I love how that works to clear up your water. Bridiger says two hang on backs for that 120. And Mark Shelley agrees with Angelo. So yeah, um, uh, gallon per hour, you can't just go solely on that, right? And usually that's a little inflated by the manufacturer. I feel they probably run that gallon per hour rating when it's empty, um, compared to when you're using a stock full of filter media. It's probably not going to push out near that capacity. What do you guys think about that? And Brindiger also says the maintenance is monthly on those hang on backs. Yeah, that's about what I do on my canister filter. As far as maintenance there. Tickle King says, like you said, Sun is a huge bang for your buck. Yes, may take a couple, if not three, on my 125, but their performance is amazing. Yeah, definitely can't go wrong with Sun, especially if you're on a budget. But I like my Fluval too. I have more experience using Fluval. And I've never had Fluval do me wrong. So, highly recommend both. I'll have to try Eheim sometime. I'm willing to try it. I've heard good things about it. Um, but I guess it depends on your preference, right? So I was looking, cruising around on YouTube, and I happened a couple days ago to stumble across. We were talking about reef tanks last week, and I found this crazy huge reef tank on YouTube. I don't know, maybe you guys have stumbled upon it as well, but it was so big. It was probably the size of your average bedroom, like crazy huge. Um, and it's like a huge, vibrant reef tank, and it legitimately looked like it was some kind of natural reef. This dude actually has to uh, go scuba diving just to do maintenance on his tank. So, have you guys seen anything like that? And it made me think of, if money was no option, if space was no option, if there were no limitations, what would your dream tank be? Freshwater, saltwater, how big? Um, I've also seen where like they take up like a whole wall, like this tank kind of did, and it had the depth of like a bedroom. Um, I have to go look at it again, see some of the specs, but it was just crazy, crazy how big this thing was. Angel says, "Are you talking about a guy called Eli?" Maybe Angel. I'm not real sure. I can't remember who it was. It's just something I was cruising around on YouTube. I think it came up in like a suggested video or something, and it was some guy. He was like an engineer, or well, I don't know what he did for a living, but he liked to engineer things and liked to build things. And he obviously had a lot of money. 10,000 gallons. That sounds familiar. It might be the same guy, Angelo. Yeah, 10,000 gallons. That sounds really familiar. It was like the size of like a bedroom or something. Crazy, just crazy. So if you had the resources, the space, and everything, what would your dream tank be? Would it look something like that, Angelo? Would it be that humongous and outrageous? Or are you just happy with how you have it and you don't need anything crazy like that? Yeah, Heather says, "Wow, 10,000." Yeah, I think he's right there. I think it was like 10,000 or something crazy like that. Gosh, I wish I could remember more, but um, tank was insane. Wonder if I can find a link to it. You guys can go check it out when we're done here. Let's see if I can find a YouTube link. Yeah. Okay, here it is. I found it. Let me get. Let's see. Maybe it's not as big as a bedroom. We'll see. Let's see if I can share this in our chat. Copy, paste. All right. See if you guys can check that out whenever you want. But this thing is crazy, and his name is Eli. Angelo. Awesome tank. It is epic. Mark Shelley says, "I would like a couple 140 breeders, not a huge tank." Well, I think you might be right there. I can see where you're coming from there, Mark. Sometimes it would be more fun to have everything. So the way multi-tank syndrome started for me is you get something, you're completely happy with the tank, and then the next time you go to a store or see a new video on YouTube, um, you, you can't, you don't have any more room, or the next fish you see that you want is not compatible with the rest of your fish. Um, so, uh, Jason says, can you put it up on your screen? I don't know. I might start messing some stuff up if I go off the plan there, Jason. Maybe I'll try to remember that and try to see if I can get it up. See if I can get it up next week for the next live stream. But yeah, multi-tank syndrome started for me because there's so many other options, and you fall in love with those options. You just got to have it, and so you got to set up a new tank so you can keep those new options. So 140 breeders would give you quite a few options there. So tell me more to your math to turnover. Can you say that again, Sicko King? You talking about yeah, your how much you want to circulate your tank as far as gallons per hour versus volume of your tank. Um, for example, I know I just talked about the manufacturer 700 gallons per hour, um, but I take that into consideration when I'm look choosing a filter for my tank. So my 125, for example, if uh, the FX4 runs approximately 700 gallons per hour according to manufacturer, then I would circulate my tank 5.6 times per hour. So I always, based on the rating, I always shoot for between 5 and 10 gallons per hour, or 5 or 10 times circulation per hour. HC says, "Be careful what you wish for. That'll be hard to manage time wise." That's true, HC. That is quite a bit of work there. That you're talking about maintaining 100 tanks. But I guess if you have a awesome automated water change system, maybe it wouldn't be that bad. Filmmaster says, "Don't risk it." Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. Maybe I'll try to figure something out for next live stream, and we can kind of show this off next time as far as the reef tank goes. But when we're done here, or you decide you got to go, check out that link and check out the reef tank that I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Mark Shelley says, "Would have to be my full time job." Yeah, no kidding. 100 tanks is quite a task there. Vinegar says, "I don't believe I go any larger than my 125. Also, I think that eight tanks is all the time I have time to care for successfully. Successfully is the key word there, right, Vinegar? I would say, um, I don't blame you. I think I'm happy with my 125, but maybe I go a little bit larger, maybe like an 8 foot tank if I could for my dream tank. But since you don't want to go any larger, is there anything else you'd like to keep that maybe you don't have the means to keep right now? If you had if we're talking your dream tank or any other piece of equipment that you would add or anything like that to make your dream tank your ultimate 120 gallon tank, Vinegar? I do 10 minimum. Not arguing, just saying. I could see that. It's a good king. You can't overdo it on filtration. You definitely can't overdo it. I would say when I say 5 to 10, I would say 5 is my minimum. I wouldn't go any less than 5 times per hour. Um, but yeah, preference is closer to 10. And if you say 10 is your minimum, I definitely understand that. And I agree. I don't disagree with that. But personally, especially depending on bio load, right? So, um, depending on your plant load versus bio load and all that also affects my minimum for turnover per hour for filtration. All right. I just saw Jason again. That cracks me up. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for the night. I appreciate everyone for stopping in. Uh, had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. I appreciate everyone's support. Let's see here. Angela says, "Sorry, I had to pop out for a second. My dream tank, I'd like to keep it realistic, so I might actually get it one day. So honestly, I want a 12 long L-shaped aquarium, planet, of course. So a 12 long or 12 L-shaped aquarium, I should say. That sounds interesting. 12 foot, oh, 12-foot long, 12-foot long L-shaped aquarium. That sounds awesome, actually. So it's like a wraparound view, like a panoramic view, type aquarium. That's interesting, Angelo. Sicko King says, "I love what you do. I'm impressed. I really appreciate that, Sicko King. That means a lot, man. I'm super glad to have you as a part of the community. I hope you keep with their videos and show a lot more updates on your tanks. And I'll be tuning in for sure, man. For sure. I appreciate your support. All right, everybody. So I'm going to shut down for the night. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Had a good time. Make sure uh, send me your favorite tank to Raccoon Creek Aquatics at gmail.com. Send me some information such as your specs on lighting, substrate, stocking as far as fish and plants. If you have plants, they don't have to have plants. It could even just be your favorite fish. What you feed them, so anything about your aquarium hobby that is your favorite, shoot me an email and I'll try my best to get you in. I might start doing multiple backgrounds per live stream. So we'll see as far as that goes. Um, so, uh, and you'll get a shout out and people get to see your favorite part of your hobby. Have a good night, everybody.